Hello and welcome to another presentation from Conscious Living. Today I want to explore the question, what is spirituality? My name is Rolf Krahnert. I'm a guide and companion for transformational processes. I'm a consciousness researcher and support people to live a life of purpose and presence. For more than 30 years I have been focusing on mindfulness and spirituality and their effects on body and mind. Since 2009, I have integrated the gene keys for self-realization of the individual with all their challenges and innate potential. The Course in Miracles says that the opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. And the Course also says that heaven, or another word for heaven is awakening or awareness, is not a place nor a condition. It is merely an awareness of perfect oneness and the knowledge that there's nothing else, nothing outside this oneness and nothing else within. In this sense, everything is spiritual or pure consciousness or unlimited ever-present awareness. We could call it also stillness or a pause or the gap or the zero field, or if you want to use a religious term, you could call it God. And this gap or stillness or God gives rise to what we call duality. And we are all familiar with this seeming subject, the I, which knows, and the seeming object, the other or the world, which is known. The subject I believes it exists in time, it is born and it dies. There's an inherent fear of death and a feeling of vulnerability. There's a resistance to anything that seems to threaten its state, and it gives rise to conception, or the mind, or thought, or concepts. The other believes it exists in space. It is limited or incomplete, and therefore a sense of lack and a feeling of fragmentation. There is an inherent sense of desire to complete oneself or itself, and it gives rise to perception, to so-called matter or body, other bodies and objects. Time is really eternity or ever-present awareness when seen through the lens of the separate self or the seeming separate self, the I, the subject. And space really is infinity or unlimited awareness when seen through the lens of the separate self, the it, the object. But ultimately there's being or presence, and this presence knows or is aware, and it has inherent quality of happiness and peace. In Sanskrit, you might have heard this, it is called Sat Chit Ananda. So we can reduce thought, images, sensations, and sense perception makes up my experience. In this experience, all my experiences are known. They are known by awareness or consciousness, which is the ground of everything. But experience always changes. But that which is experiencing, the knowing, that is never changing. And that is our true reality. So we can say experience arises in awareness, it is known by awareness, and is made of awareness. Spirituality really means to know your true nature through the means of contemplation, meditation, and ultimately resting in and as being, or knowing yourself as unlimited, ever-present awareness. This seems to be difficult because our usual sense of self has emerged from a world of thoughts, images, sensations, and perceptions. And this builds the very foundation of our beliefs about ourselves, about the world, about consciousness, and also about spirituality. Words, thoughts, and even ritual in spiritual practice is helpful and even essential at some point. But eventually we need to be willing to unfocus the mind, or rather let the mind unfocus itself, and thus come to know ourselves as unlimited, ever-present awareness. At some point, words, thoughts, and ritual need to fall away in order for the unconceivable truth to be known. And it can only be known in a state of complete openness or surrender. My own experience has been that the more I relax and rest in being, in my purest desire to know myself as this ever-present unlimited presence of awareness, the more any form of guilt and blame, worry and anxiety, expectations and attachments to outcomes will fall away. The need to look to the world to provide a sense of stability, love, or safety is replaced by the recognition of the only desire that I want to hold onto, and that is to know a truth beyond the limited sense of self. But even this one desire to know myself will fall away, and everything is as it is. And the idea that there is one that is choosing or doing something becomes irrelevant. The sense of loss and fragmentation is impossible when the one purpose for everything is to experience a consistent state of peace and happiness, which is inherent in awareness, and in knowing myself as this unlimited ever-present awareness. It takes concentrated discipline to focus on the unknown, which is really to unfocus the mind. That which can be felt can perhaps be known as an abstract presence. It can be felt as a soft breath across the cheek, a slight movement of a breeze through the hair, an unconscious closing of the eyes, or a warmth deep inside. And ultimately, none of these things matter, as the mind seems to lift altogether out of sensation into this unlimited and ever-present awareness, which I really am. So thank you for listening. My name is Rolf, and I look forward to talking to you soon again. Enjoy your journey.